100.9 FM, KWWN, Las Vegas. It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
This hour every day is brought to you by Battleborn Injury Alert. 766-1400 is a call for anywhere in the state of Nevada. Number in Northern Nevada, 775-766-1400. Adam Hill, part of the company, of course, from the Review-Journal, was at UFC White House. Was one of about 20 media members who were actually in there, was sitting in the arena. John Von Tobel is here. It's Cofield. John, I'm very much monopolizing the questions. So what did you want to get to? I don't know if you want to talk about the fights, more of the stuff around the fights, some of the controversy.
I mean, not necessarily. I think that one of the things that is pretty interesting that I don't know, maybe a lot of people who don't like mixed martial arts, the question I think would be is what is the magnitude of Gaethje's victory on that card?
Well, we'll see what he does, right? I mean, there's a chance he retires.
No.
And so at that point, now you're losing Gaethje if he does. I don't think you will. But if he does, you're losing him, and then you're losing Topuria as this invincible character. So it probably ends up actually being a net negative from that standpoint. But if Gaethje does fight again, and especially if, I know Topuria today said he wants a rematch, which a rematch would do huge numbers.
He's got to build himself back up.
I think Topuria would destroy him in the rematch. So I mean,
I don't know. I saw the odds at like minus 240. Are you sure?
Yeah.
He's so much smaller though.
I know, but
he's a better fighter.
Yeah,
he just didn't fight a smart fight.
And as I think credit to Conor for his fight analysis on it too. He said when Gaethje is good, he is elite, but he's usually bad. so
he's talking about the unpredictable nature of Gaethje.
He's like Gaethje had his night, and will he next time? Probably not.
Again, to go into business of the fight game, and this is all sports. Gaethje has like max marketability right now. If he hasn't made big money, he needs to for the next couple of fights.
He just launched a golf apparel company, so hopefully he can take advantage of that.
I mean, what do you think? Do we know what he made for this fight?
No, but
I mean, shouldn't he be making a minimum of like $5 million for the next fight? He just won at the White House. He destroyed, arguably, the pound for pound king. Destroyed him.
Get pay-per-view points.
Well, there's no pay. Yeah,
that's where they're running.
But he goes to walk, and the sad thing is, what would happen? They just move on.
Yeah, just move on.
That's what is driving me nuts of late.
Yeah, good. Not for us. I mean, the company.
Can you talk about us without
getting
inundated by his comments about Michelle Obama?
No, it's part of it. I mean,
it is part of it, and I don't understand the bit because he's a legit fighter.
That's literally
he's a good prospect. If people don't know in the audience, now we're on Reno. He's a former West Conference football player. He was a walk-on at Fresno State. He elite played full back of all. He's kind of what I've always looked at around the heavyweight division. Like if football players get involved, like a guy with almost this is how good they can.
Who was a good football player who, by the way, had, I think, 3 seasons of NFL, didn't make a team, but has been in camps for 3 years. An elite athlete who should just go be himself and win fights. Wouldn't stop with this. It's not just what he did after the fight, which is repulsive, disgusting, and gross. He also did it at I very rarely have a reaction when I'm actually covering something. I don't know how many people watch the press conference.
Yeah.
The Lincoln Memorial literally said, "Oh, would you shut the blank up?" Like, I don't have a microphone or anything, but I said it out loud. Like, I could not take it. He was playing character, and he interrupted every single question. It was absolutely ridiculous. And by the way, with all the talk of, the White House and should you do it there, I actually thought the press conference at the Lincoln Memorial, which was, again, insanely cool, also was gross. Like, to me, it was worse. Like, Josh Hokett sat on the same exact spot where MLK gave the I Dream speech and mumbled this character, Ilia Topuria marrying a stripper. Like, why? Why? Say it if you want, I guess. But don't mumble it the way he's doing in this weird character. And he changes his character every event. It's so dumb and cringy and awful.
Walked out acting like he was drunk at the weigh-in and then spit applesauce on himself to act like he was vomiting.
Pretended to vomit.
Yeah, I'm drunk. No, you're not.
No. Did you guys see the stand-up routine?
No.
He wrote a stand-up
I don't know
routine
oh, really?
for Media Day, and he came out and delivered it, and everybody just stared at him because it wasn't funny in the least bit.
Yeah.
He's like, "Wow, you guys, it's a tough crowd out here." And we're
Hey,
like,
you're terrible.
just answer questions.
Who's
People
telling him?
actually want to know about you.
Who's telling him that this is work?
I mean, who is advising him?
Yeah.
Sean Strickland is being a voice of reason.
I know.
Talking about Hokett. He's like, bro, you're here. Stop.
Yeah, you're here.
And Strickland is a lot of bit as well, but not like this.
Do you see the amount of military and National Guard it took to get Sean Strickland out of the?
Yeah, what happened to the Fan Fest? Because it looked like it was like 13 guys dragged him out of the Fan Fest.
Did
What did he do?
showed up?
They just had orders to he can't be near
Don't let him
anything.
be. Yeah, don't let him be.
Wow.
A patriot like that, getting treated like that on 250?
Yeah.
But it's a side note. It's very minor. Is Derek Lewis should never get a main card ever again.
He's wasn't political. He's Trump's favorite fighter.
He's a favorite.
Yeah.
I understand he is.
It's embarrassing.
The last two fights have been
It's
embarrassing
embarrassing.
for
And
him.
I'm going to go what I said last hour. Jon Jones on the outside looking in.
Yep.
And Ngannou's not in the organization. Tom Aspinall, I don't know if he's going to fight again because now he and Eddie Hearn are together. So you got three of the elite heavyweights. I think the heavyweight division goes like 7 deep. You could have all these fights in the next couple of years, make tons of money, a glamour division, and we're not getting fights. And I don't know, what are we going to have next? Because Cyril going to look great. I want to see Pahatis at heavyweight. I just think what would that, like Volkov in a rematch against Gane with all these other guys?
We need Tom Aspinall to be healthy. That's kind of what we need. And, by the way, I'm all in support
Well,
of him.
he's fighting. Dana White is fighting with him too.
I know, but he hired Hearn as his manager just to roll. Which I mean, full credit to him. I love that, but it's also not going to help us get fights.
He's also repping him so he can get more money and be traded fairly.
I know.
Someone's got to fight on her behalf.
Fight.
Okay, one of the other big stories, and I have no idea if you saw this developing. What was Eric Trump doing with Daniel Cormier, and is Cormier going to last with the UFC, or is he going to get fired?
It's very weird.
Can you tell the story briefly? About what happened?
Cormier account just before this tweeted out screenshots allegedly from Eric Trump asking for inside information on the fights, and then asking who's injured, and then asking, are these fixed, or is there any fight
Are there
on the
any
card
rigged
that's
fights?
fixed?
Eric
And
Trump.
Cormier tweeted it right
DJ
before the event and then deleted it very quickly. But it was screenshotted, it was captured, people had it up there. Daniel Cormier tweeted out shortly after, are people really this dumb? Like, do you really believe that that's something that happened? Like, you did tweet it. Now, did somebody tweet his account? Possibly. Did he really tweet it? I will say the words, like when you read the tweet in somebody's voice, like I've known Daniel Cormier for 15 years. How he talks. Like, I don't think
The DMs, the tweet.
the actual tweet.
Okay.
So he hacked, or he has a rep that didn't think it through.
Yeah.
Or does he have a rep who runs his Twitter account and came up with fake Eric Trump?
Or somebody
That's-
hacked it. I mean, I think it was down at least as of like the account completely.
Yeah, maybe
Can I
got
read
hacked.
for our audience? Can I read the tweet? I'm probably going to get a little flack for bringing this to light. However,
First of all, he's never said the word flag.
However, I refuse to stay silent. The UFC sport that I am deeply passionate will not tolerate behavior. Shame on anyone trying to ruin this beautiful event.
That's not how he talks. So, like,
I also don't think he's dumb enough to jeopardize
Right.
his job and not. He would go to someone and go, "Hey, look, so you know, I got
yeah,
this."
of course. So, do I think Daniel Cormier actually posted that? No, I don't. But I don't know who did. I don't know if the screenshots are even real or those AI
Do
generated.
you think the
Who
DMs
knows?
sound like him?
Not really.
Okay.
But I mean, those are short, right? So it's
Yeah.
a little bit different. When somebody has like a full statement like that, it's easier to say like, no, that's not him.
Yeah.
In the DMs, it's like, what are you getting at here?
Right.
I mean, that does. I mean, who knows? It's real short answers, but it's look. As I wrote this yesterday, and I don't even know if we posted it. What I wrote was, if this is true, it's one of the biggest scandals in sports and politics history. If it's not, it's just another, AI like got us all.
Right.
But who knows the truth? Now, Daniel Cormier said absolutely not. Eric Trump said never sent those messages. So, really, I guess, unless Daniel Cormier comes out and says something at some point. But it would seem like it's probably not true, but it's up for interpretation. The posts were coming from his account. That happened. Now, how they got there, that's up for debate.
I would expect Kash Patel to be all over this.
Ran into him. So the part I think you guys when you were saying like the scene or whatever, we had to wait in the press briefing room. So what you've seen on TV for all these years of like a president standing there or like a press secretary standing there answering questions with everybody firing questions, that was our waiting area. So we're like in there with the actual podium, and of course everybody else was taking pictures up at the podium. I did not. We were in there, and then
By the way, you weren't there. You have no proof. No. You need to take pictures at events.
Sean
that
Spicer.
That was a whole thing. I saw Ryan McKinnell getting a bunch of guff for. He says he covered over 100 events, and someone was like, "Send a picture with you at an event." And I thought to myself, I'm like, I don't have one picture, and I covered like 130 in person. I don't think I ever took a picture like a selfie.
I will say when we were in the cage on Thursday at the White House, Thursday morning was the day we got to actually tour everything, and one of our good friends in the media, a real friend of mine outside of the MMA world for a long time, was like, "Hey,
you got to get one picture.
Me and you need to take a picture together.
Right?
Like this is never going to happen again." And I was like, "I'm not doing it. I refuse. I can't do it." So I mean, he wanted to. I was like, "I'm not going to do it." But yeah, we were in there the whole day. But yeah, everybody was walking by. So like on their way in, they were walking into the birthday party before the fights. It was like I don't know, somebody, JD Vance, Kash Patel, Sean Miller. Poor Sean Miller getting Stephen Miller. Just everybody like just walking right by us, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is interesting."
Why was Tyson Fury there?
He's doing some sort of business with Dana in Turkey. Nobody was saying for sure that he signed with Zuffa. By the way, Tyson Fury, bigger story, banned from entering the U.S. until Sunday.
Except the District of Columbia?
Well, apparently somebody there must have signed off on him getting into the U.S. He's banned from the country.
Why is he banned from the country?
His association with the Irish mob.
Oh, something.
5 years. I think 5. Banned from the country, but he's there.
So what's going to happen? His association with essentially like Turkey Al-Sheikh is what? They're co-promoters?
We'll find
Turkey
out.
Al-Sheikh's putting up all the money?
I think so. I don't think he's officially signed with Zuffa, but he's part of it somehow.
Yeah. So it kind of goes back to my point about the heavyweight and heavyweight division in UFC, where John Jones should get to decide if he wants to fight, but you got to pay him. But they're going to come up with $150 million for Fury and Joshua in fight salary.
Sure.
Okay.
But the goal there is different, right? It's what they did. It's what they did in the UFC before. Now they've got control of it. Now it's spend all the money in boxing, push everybody else out, and then drop the fighter salaries.
Okay.
Like that's the plan.
Got 30 seconds left. What did we miss?
Well, I was going to ask about the humidity and how it actually impacted the fights.
That's super. It was really, really humid all day, all week.
Yeah.
And then they got the storm. And Dana talked about it afterwards, but we were watching the radar all day. We had the radar where we were in. There's no chance. They have no chance. They have no chance. And then the storm split in two. And went to Northern Virginia to Maryland. And then because the moisture kind of was in the air, cooled off and got less humid.
Adam Hill, make sure you go to the RJ, lvrj.com. Follow him on Twitter at Adam Hill, LVRJ, for all stories and more stories coming from UC White House. Thank you, Adam.
Hey, babe, where are you going?
Fantastic indoor swap meet.
The swap meet? I love Fantastic. Can I come along?
Sure, if you bring your wallet.
What are we shopping for?
Everything. They've got everything, and it's a lot more fun than shopping online.
Okay, let's spend the afternoon. It's just over on karaoke.
Fantastic's every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 10 to 6. And like they say, it's fantastic.
And like they say, we've got...
The Golden Circle Sports Bar in Treasure Island Hotel and Casino is the best place to watch the Strip. There's a huge video wall and over 55-plus screens throughout the bar. Place your sports bets at the new STN Sportsbook. The menu with the Golden Circle Burger, the Linebacker Bison Burger, Philly Cheesesteak, the Polish Sausage, and so much more is dynamite. Full Service Sports amazing Weiler draft beers every day from 10 a to 6 p. Treasure Island, the Vegas destination for those seeking a contemporary resort experience with an ideal location on the Las Vegas Strip. And remember, parking is always free.
One moment can turn life upside down.
Your comeback starts with the right team by your side.
At DeCastro Verde Law, we've spent decades helping injured Nevadans take back their lives.
We never back down.
We never give up. We're the DeCastro Verde Brothers, and we have your back.
Together we win.
BrothersWin.com.
At DeCastro Verde Law, the brothers have your back. BrothersWin.com.
Hey, Aviators fans! The Round Rock Express, affiliate of the Texas Rangers, are steaming into our Las Vegas ballpark as they take on your Aviators. Here's the lineup. Tuesday, June 16th, the Aviators are Reyes de Plata. Wednesday the 17th, Bark on the Berm. Thursday the 18th, $2 beer night. Friday the 19th, What If night with the Aviators Rat Pack t-shirt giveaway. And Saturday the 20th, celebrate independence with the Aviators July 4th jersey giveaway. There's free parking and great food. Aviators baseball. Life's just better at Las Vegas Ballpark.
Hey, Las Vegas, you know that the heat is coming, and when the temperatures hit triple digits, dead batteries and overheating engines follow. Don't wait till you're stuck on the side of the road. Bring your car to Meineke. Every visit includes a free digital inspection with photos and video. Right now, get a synthetic blend oil change for just $34.95. Now open in Pahrump. Schedule today at Meineke.com. Meineke, doing car care right.
My name is Christina Martini, and I attended the Mark Patrick seminar, and because of the seminar, I lost over 27 pounds in a course of about 4 months, and I just want to say how grateful I am and happy for the seminar, and I'm glad I attended.
Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis. Lose the weight or stop smoking, only $59.99 guaranteed. Seminar is Sunday, July 12th at the Santa Fe Station Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Weight loss hypnosis at 11 a.m., stop smoking hypnosis at 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
When you're planning your next job, options matter. Now in stock at Lowe's. Get the roofing brands you trust, including GAF, Owens Corning, and CertainTeed, with more colors to choose from. Plus, concrete fence blocks, including tan-colored, are in stock and ready to go. And when you're on the clock, we help keep you on schedule. Order by 4 p.m. and get next-day job site delivery on select items as early as 6:30 a.m. At Lowe's, we have your back on the job. Delivery Monday through Saturday in select Las Vegas zip codes, subject to availability.
It's JT for Findlay Volvo Las Vegas. What deals they have? How about the 2026 Volvo XC90 B5, only $599 per month. That's for a 36-month lease. That gets you 7,500 miles per year and only $5,059 due at the lease signing. The MSRP is $62,445. They have the deals you're looking for and the vehicle's safe. Findlay Volvo Las Vegas.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
Sign up today for a new William Hill Nevada Mobile Sports account, and you can earn up to a $250 bonus bet after placing your first qualifying wager. The William Hill Nevada Mobile Sports app allows you to bet on the go from any iPhone, iPad, or Android device from anywhere in Nevada. Sign up today and you will never miss another bet. With the largest wagering menu, the mobile sports app features same-game parlays, early cash out, and live in-play wagering on all major sports. For more information, official rules, and to see participating sign-up locations, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Are you drowning in debt? Looking for a way out? Panda Law Firm has you covered.
Our legal team has more than 60 years of combined experience in debt relief and consumer protection. We've helped countless clients break free from the burden of debt.
If you've got more than $10,000 of debt, it's time to get Panda. We'll work to find the best solution for you.
Don't let debt hold you back. Contact Panda Law Firm today and let us help you reclaim your financial freedom.
If you've got debt,
call Panda Law 702-818.
Whether you're shopping for the perfect engagement ring or cashing in old gold jewelry, go see the people we trust. Mike Lee Minden Diamond Jewelers, the diamond and wedding ring store. Who's got the best deals on the jewelry you're looking for? It's Mike Lee Minden Diamond Jewelers.
Try the turkey, bacon, and avocado at Port of Subs. Fresh, craveable, and loaded with flavor. Order now at portofsubs.com.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
We are kind of tracking what's going on in the World Cup as Norway and Iraq are going at it, going towards the 57th minute, and Norway, this is New England,
yes,
at Kraft Stadium, as Norway's up 2-1 on Iraq. I just saw a tweet. Fox is frustrated by lack of World Cup coverage by ESPN. And the first tweet responding to it is, ESPN soccer coverage is a joke. I canceled my subscription a few years ago. Does anyone care about soccer? That's the question. And we know these are TV wars, so we get caught in the crosshairs. And right now on ESPN, all the talking head TV shows are going to be talking about the Knicks. That's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Cofield. Ray Cleaver is with us from William Hill. Ray, what's going on?
I don't know. I think the Norwegians are ready for a hydration break with the Scots and having fun out there in New England.
There you go. Maybe a little tighter than we thought.
I just want to break in. Are you making fun of their hydration breaks? Because a lot of people have been angry about these things.
Yeah, I don't like the hydration breaks, but it's been kind of, I have to be honest. I mean, I've been hooked by the World Cup mainly because of the fans. I mean, the Scots in Boston with Norway and the Dutch taking over Dallas and all the great things they're saying about our country and how much they love and the hospitality of the people. I can't help but just be almost addicted to this whole thing. I don't like the draws. I admit it. I know a lot of soccer purists get mad at me because I'm not a soccer purist. I'm a competitive guy. I want wins. You either win or you lose. You don't play for a tie. But I understand the group stage. It's about just getting through and all that. But, you know, we have had so much action on the World Cup. It's really been pretty incredible.
When you say so much action, can you give us a comp? Like, how does a single game do? How does a game like Mexico in their opening matchup do, considering the ties, especially in a state like Nevada, where there is a heavy Mexican population? What do those games look like? Can you give us a comp in terms of handle for some of these contests?
Yeah, I'd say as big as we've probably ever had. Also, a lot of it has to do with 35 states that have legalized sports betting, but bonks, I think we have noon here Pacific time, 3 o'clock on the east, and then Scotland plays Morocco. And I'm sorry, but Scotland's taken over the popularity contest in this country as far as soccer's involved. So then you have round 2 of the U.S. Open. I mean, I remember when I first got in this business, I started with Nick Bogdanovich, who you guys know. And Nick used to say the summers are great. You get a long break, you get time off. Well, I looked, this week is so almost confusing with everything going on. The College World Series has been somewhat lost. Mm-hmm. Major League Baseball, the White Sox and the St. Louis Cardinals are having years that nobody saw coming, and yet nobody's talking about it. You had the UFC, Freedom 250. We just have so much. And then you have maybe the best pitching outing that we have seen in the last, 30 years, maybe longer. In Jacob Mizorowski last Friday night, throwing a one-hitter, facing the minimum with 15 strikeouts, and everybody's forgotten it. I've never seen any time that I've been in this business where there's so many sports all at once. And it's proven to me again and again and again, if you had 2 chickens racing down the Las Vegas Strip, people would find a way to bet on it.
All right, what about the results that we just saw in the 2 seasons that ended respectively? Knicks get a finals championship. The Hurricane beat up on the Knights to get a Stanley Cup hoisted out there in Raleigh. What were those results like for you guys?
terrible. Just bottom line, terrible. The Knicks gained popularity throughout the entire playoffs and even at the end of the season, and it just kept building and building and building. And then the roof's still standing, but we're probably going to need to put some tiles on. And we did get some money back with the Hurricanes. That was a decent outcome for us. And with the Knights taking down the Avalanche, hockey turned out to be pretty profitable at the end of the year.
What about the awards? Because I'm curious. I mean, you talk about the popularity of the Knicks. Brunson, the most popular player, ends up getting it, but he was pretty short pretty much the entire time. And then Stahl at one point was a pretty long shot to win that award in the first couple of games of that series.
Yeah, I hate to say that we didn't even have him up for a while.
Yeah.
So couldn't take advantage of it there for a while, but we did at the end. Stahl was a bit of a loser, but as far as the NBA, I mean, with Brunson, we did okay because if Anunoby had won it, it might have been really, really ugly. We may never book the NBA again. And I'm joking. And now we got, the NBA plays 12 months a year, so we got Summer League starting here very soon.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody can have their NBA fun in about 3 weeks.
Before we move off the NBA really quickly, are you guys offering anything on the NBA draft next week?
You know what? I don't think we got anything up right now. I need to talk to Dave Lieberman, the head of it, but we probably will at least have a number one pickup.
If you want to put up a Day Mara to be a top 10 pick at like 100-1, I'll take that. How about that?
All right. Well, I'll look into that, and you're going to have to.
He might actually be priced at minus 270 to be in the top 10. So don't do any research. Just hang it up.
Just hang it for you. Okay, we got it. We do that all the time anyway, it seems at times. So we're ready for you.
Ray Cleaver, oddsmaker with William Hill, joins us every Tuesday. All right, what do you guys rolling out for the U.S. Open?
Well, I think the U.S. Open being, in all honesty, my favorite major. The course is so tough. I just watched a video of DeChambeau trying to hit a ball out of the rough, and the ball went probably no more than 4 feet and stayed in the rough. It's more like hay than it is rough. This course, you could have a 3-shot lead, and it's not safe. It is absolutely ugly. This is going to be, if you want ugly golf and you want to feel like, why don't the pros ever struggle? Watch the U.S. Open this week. You'll see them struggle. I think the winning score will be over par. I really do. I think +1, +2 might be the winner. It's like Don Johnson in the movie Tin Cup, man. Take another par, and he'll go, yep, and I'll take 18 of them at the end. That's exactly how they need to play this. The drivers are going to be put in the bag a lot of times because if you get in the rough, you've already got a bogey, and it could get really ugly and get worse. We have about everything you could bet on, from top 20, top 30, top 40. We have an area called Top Finish Parlays that is probably as interesting as anything for the recreational bettor to go in and have some fun, throw $5, $10 down, maybe hit a home run. We got round finishes, make the cut. Will there be a hole-in-one? Just something real simple. Will there be a hole-in-one? William Hill has just an unbelievable menu. Anthony Celeroli did a hell of a job of getting up everything that we could for this major, and it's the third one. I don't know who you guys got.
John, you got a lean? You going to bet anyone?
I've got a couple of ideas. I mean, it's hard not to go back to Tommy Fleetwood after what he did back in 2018 here. And Ray, he has been my white whale since then. I had him that year. He sets that record on Sunday but falls just short. I think it was 2 over that he ended up finishing behind Koepka. It's hard not to include him on this or a guy like Scotty in some way, shape, or form. But I think for sure Tommy Fleetwood top 10 is going to be in my pocket.
I think what you really need to do is find out who the best lag putters are.
Yeah.
These greens are absolutely huge, and you're going to have some 90, 100-foot putts, and can they get down from there is going to be key. You're going to see 3 putts, and obviously the wind. I mean, it's been talked about all week, but the wind is going to play a big part in this. Weather as a whole, they're predicting rain tomorrow afternoon. winds are going to be anywhere from 20 to 30 miles an hour, and they've even shown balls being blown off the green after they've been sat down. So who knows what's going to happen? All I know is it's going to be fun to watch, and it's always a great Father's Day on Sunday to be able to watch. So,
Ray, sorry to cut you off. We got 45 seconds left. Just wanted to get your take on the Brendan Sorsby saga ending. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of stories here related to the gambling part of it and what happens with the NFL. Someone's going to draft him, and someone's going to spend that pick to get him in the supplemental.
Yeah, but where do they pick him, and will it be in the first or second round? Believe it or not, supplemental can go 2 rounds, and they don't want to give him top dollar. Me personally, I don't think he's in the top 5 quarterbacks if he was in college right now, and I think his football career will be over very soon in the next 24 months. So I don't think it really matters. I really don't. I don't have him in the top 5 of this year's staff. I think he was only worth maybe 3.5 points, and only because their backup hasn't played a whole lot, but it'll be interesting. Texas Tech has still got a very extremely easy schedule.
Ray, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
All right, guys. Always great talking to you. Have a great day.
There he is, Ray Cleaver from William Hill. He's one of the odds makers. You can beat the heat with some cool cash for betting on sports with the William Hill mobile app. With the William Hill Cash Rewards program, you can earn up to $500 in cash. Earn summer rewards points for mobile wagers made until August 31st. Win or lose, you can earn even more rewards for parlays, teasers, and then those same-game parlays. Sign up for the William Hill mobile app today and just opt in to enroll in summer rewards. For more information, williamhill.us. Do you agree that Texas Tech is just going to mostly be fine without Sorsby? I think Ray's a little too down on Sorsby and his abilities.
I think they're going to be fine. I think they can still win the Big 12.
All right, more on Sorsby, more on the supplemental draft. If you didn't see the story yesterday, he has bailed. Team Sorsby said, that's enough. Man, I'm disappointed. What a freaking bummer. I wanted the fight.
Beat the heat with some cool cash for betting sports on the William Hill mobile app. With the William Hill Cash Rewards program, you can earn up to $500 in cash. Earn summer rewards points for mobile wagers made until August 31st. You can earn rewards points for teasers, parlays, and same-game parlays. Sign up for the William Hill mobile app today and opt in to enroll in summer rewards. To see participating locations, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Good morning.
Vegas is built on service.
Studio lights on, please.
3 shifts a day.
All right, let's do this.
As your morning begins.
It's showtime.
Stand by.
We have a lot to talk about live on the program for the next 3 hours.
To do our part, News 3 Today delivers Las Vegas stories that shape your community.
Just in some breaking news on the economic front.
So, whether it's late breaking,
news,
bumper to bumper,
avoid using flamingo,
or clearing skies,
no showers anticipated.
It's News 3 Today.
Hola, buenos dias, mi familia.
John, why are you talking about family in Spanish?
Because here we treat everyone like family. The family you choose, Alex, and I want you to welcome all of them properly.
All right then, say this. ¿Cómo lo puedo ayudar hoy?
¿Cómo la puedo ayudar hoy?
Now you're talking.
At Toyota, with the fans, we do things here. We treat everybody right.
Here are today's 100 days of summer promotions at Terrible's. Terrible's is offering 50 cents off per gallon, and it's Terrible's Tuesday. Terrible's Gaming is giving away $500 in free play to 5 winners. Visit Terrible's.com for details.
If job opportunities have put on the brakes, it's time to shift gears into a new career with Truck U CDL training. Truck U gives you the skills you need to become a safe, confident, professional driver with comprehensive classroom training and hands-on driving experience. Plus, national trucking companies speak with students about job opportunities to help get your career moving in the right direction. Call 702-533-3565. That's 702-533-3565.
Graduation season is here. Make beating the crowd easy with Port of Subs. Fresh, crowd-pleasing subs that are simple to order and ready to serve. No stress, no hassle, just great food for a big moment. Order now at portofsubs.com. Port of Subs, big subs for big moments.
Sliced fresh sandwiches,
Patty Davidson here from BetMoneyHoney.com. Would you like to become an educated sports fan that also knows how to place a bet? How about a library of how games are played, how to make bets, and hot picks of the day? Join me at BetMoneyHoney.com.
It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
We just talked to Ray Cleaver from William Hill. He thinks that Brendan Sorsby will be out of football, at least the NFL, inside of 2 years. I think he's going to be a good quarterback in the National Football League. I'm not saying this about Ray, but I'm an adult, and I understand that gambling is part of society now. And while this kid got a little bit crazy, I don't know if he's a gambling addict. He was playing a lot of volume. The bets were small. That wouldn't dissuade me. If I do a good background check on him and interview the kid, then of course I'm going to spend some kind of supplemental pick on him, especially if I'm an organization that does not have a quarterback of the future. If you're telling me that, listen, if it's a first-round pick, I mean, that's a heavy price. Second, maybe I'm out of that, but a third or fourth-round pick, there are some organizations that are dreadful in the quarterback room. You have to roll the dice, especially if you've got extra picks.
To your point about that and being an adult, look at a team that actually could use a quarterback in Cleveland. So Todd Monken, when this stuff comes down, immediately goes down like, it's a slippery slope. Don't really want to go there. Andrew Berry, an adult, their general manager, is asked pretty much the same question, and he threw water on Monken's comments. He's like, yeah, look, we want to make sure he's a good kid. We want to do the process. I'm not necessarily saying we would be involved, but you're not necessarily turning him down because of what has happened here. You're making sure you investigate him as a person and to see if maybe this is a mistake or not. And guess what? The Browns could use a quarterback.
Yep. You like that room?
Yeah, right.
I mean, listen, what Monken did was profess confidence in his room, but it stinks.
It's awful.
There's nothing there.
It's Shedeur, Dylan Gabriel, and Deshaun Watson.
And Taylor Green from Boise and Arkansas, who's a long-range project.
Right. I'd take a shot with Sorsby. I still have my questions as to whether or not he's going to be that good. It doesn't sound like I'm as high on him as you are, but
I mean, for the Jets, if it's a fourth-round pick, or for the Dolphins, if it's a fourth-round pick.
What's wrong with the Jets? You don't like the quarterback depth chart of Bailey Zappi and Geno Smith and Cade Klubnik?
No, I do for this purpose, which is lose. This year, it's beautiful. But I also can't put all the eggs in the basket that they'll lose enough games and finish in a position to get Arch Manning. Right? There's nothing guaranteed.
No.
You can win a couple extra games and jack yourself up and then not be in position. So, and there's probably, the Rams already made the selection. They already used the 13th pick to get Ty Simpson. There's organizations that have old quarterbacks. You're telling me the Steelers better get 900 quarterbacks until they find one.
They got Drew Aller. They're fine.
Okay, I'm glad they got him. And Will Howard should play.
I'm with you.
They should be tanking this whole year.
Oh, you and I are in agreement on this.
I don't know what they're doing.
I'm with you, though, in the sense of, and I think he'll be selected maybe a little bit later.
But the pearl clutching on the gambling stuff, cut it out.
Oh, dude, come on. With some of these
slippery slope.
I watched Rashee Rice run out of prison the other day to avoid cameras.
Hey, what was that?
Right.
Walk out like an adult and answer a couple of questions.
That barely made a headline, and yet you'll see all of these think pieces about, Brendan Sorsby. I don't know about this.
They're going to welcome back the Chiefs.
Yes.
Rashee Rice with open arms, multiple-time offender. Remember, after he was suspended the last time around, these idiots are on the field with T-shirts like free Rashee or something.
Free 4 or whatever his number is. Free Rashee.
Free what? He did it to himself. He's driving like a lunatic.
That lady got in the way.
Yeah. That, by the way, that's the NFL.
Yeah.
They have lots of discipline. If they view someone as talented enough, especially at that position, they're not going to pass on them.
I mean, not to go back to it, but like Todd Monken, you have Deshaun Watson on your roster. Shut up. I think the comment the other day from Watson was like, some stuff was kind of in the way when we were here at Cleveland the first couple of years, but we've worked through that. Have we, Deshaun? But Monken, it's a slippery slope. Don't know about that. Stop.
It's amazing. 364-1100, 364-1100. Let's get you guys hooked up with a pair of tickets to the Battle for Vegas on June 27th, coming up in just a couple of weeks. Charity softball game hosted at LV Ballpark. It's Team VGK against Team Raiders. It's Riley Smith, and the captain on the other side is Brock Bowers. Let me see if I have that roster Let's see, Eric Stokes, Quiddy Pay, Jack Besh, Jalen Naylor, Jonah Laulu, all part of the team. Ooh, Kirk Morrison, wait, is he playing too? Well, you can get tickets right now from James Pear, 364-1100, 364-1100, caller 7.
This traffic report is brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover Las Vegas. Visit us at jlrlv.com.
Accident Southern Beltway that's showing eastbound off-ramp to the southbound 15, Paradise Road Airport connector southbound at Sands, I-11 northbound before Craig Road, and Charleston Boulevard eastbound at Cimarron.
This traffic report was brought to you by Jaguar Land Rover Las Vegas. Visit us at jlrlv.com. Here's your chance to own a luxury vehicle at a non-luxury price. Hi, this is Brennan, General Manager at Jaguar Land Rover Las Vegas. Come and see a variety of our certified pre-owned vehicles at Jaguar Land Rover Las Vegas or visit us online at jlrlv.com.
Technology never stands still. And neither does Les Olson IT. For 70 years and counting, we've helped businesses adapt, grow, and stay secure through every change. With experienced people and smart technology solutions, we make work easier, more productive, and more secure. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Let Les be here for you.
Sign up today for a new William Hill Nevada mobile sports account, and you can earn up to a $250 bonus bet after placing your first qualifying wager. The William Hill Nevada mobile sports app allows you to bet on the go from any iPhone, iPad, or Android device from anywhere in Nevada. Sign up today and you will never miss another bet. With the largest wagering menu, the mobile sports app features same-game parlays, early cash out, and live in-play wagering on all major sports. For more information, official rules, and to see participating sign-up locations, visit williamhill.us. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Whoa, okay. This one says you get a free phone if you switch. Hey, this one also says you get a free phone if you switch.
Yeah, they all do, hon.
Huh. The T-Mobile one says their customers had the lowest wireless bills versus the other big guys over the past 5 years. And their latest experience plans have Netflix included. Plus, by your dash.
Yeah,
At T-Mobile, get food that keeps stacking. That's value you can feel every day. And right now, bring your phone to T-Mobile and we'll give you $400 when you switch.
Savings based on Harris X billing snapshots from Q3 2021 to Q4 2025 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discount credits and upcharge $400 with new account on qualifying line. Unlock device credit forwarded 90 plus days with device and carrier. Entirely redemption required. Virtual MasterCard typically takes 14 weeks. No cash access and expires in 6 months. Card issued by Sunrise Banks and number FS at T-Mobile.com.
Know what you can trust? The protection when you with you know what you can't trust? Everything else, apparently. Like when you saw that article that you eat A is a superfood for your gut health. Then 30 seconds later, a different warns you to avoid it, and it's 10 years off your life. Well, which is it? Kind of a big difference there. Anyway, bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive for reliable coverage in a reliably unreliable world. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
There's a difference you can feel when you step into the showroom at Finley Honda Henderson. Sure, our cars are beautiful, built to last, and our certified pre-owned inventory is one of the largest in the country. But the difference is our people. From the sales floor to the service department, we're focused on you. Because when you're the center of our attention, everybody wins. It may not be what you're used to, but we think it should be. Welcome to The Difference at Finley Honda Henderson in the Valley Auto Mall.
Try the turkey, bacon, and avocado at Port of Subs. Fresh, craveable, and loaded with flavor. Order now at portofsubs.com.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
Whether you're shopping for the perfect engagement ring or cashing in old gold jewelry, go see the people we trust. Michael E. Minden Diamond Jewelers, the diamond and wedding ring store. Who's got the best deals on the jewelry you're looking for? It's Michael E. Minden Diamond Jewelers.
It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas and ESPN Reno.
Von Kobelin, it's Cofield, ESPN Reno, ESPN Las Vegas. Glad to have John here because he's so good with the NBA. Knicks win the title over the weekend. We played the insufferable radio folks and media folks from New York and their takes on Wemby and how dirty he is and how he's the villain of the NBA now. And the conclusion from that was, just like it was before, is while those folks believe that everyone hates Wemby and hates the Spurs. No, we hate New York because of you guys, because of the fans. You're annoying. I thought this angle was pretty interesting on how the Knicks got the job done in terms of the organization build, and it makes a lot of sense because they just won a title, and I will say in spite of Jimmy Dolan. He's a terrible owner, and forever he would meddle. He would get in the way. I believe he prevented free agents from giving the Knicks a chance and a real look because his reputation stinks. Story from a June Lee says, ready for this one? Vegas tie. Members of the Knicks front office partially credit James Dolan, quote, getting distracted by the sphere for the team's success in recent years, according to team sources. He has a story about the transformation of the Knicks from dysfunctional to champions. Kind of makes sense. And you know what it reminds me of, and now this one was a little more severe, is the 80s Yankees only turned into, or in large part turned into, the 90s Yankees because George Steinbrenner was out of baseball. Because he got so crazy in his meddling and vindictiveness that he went after Dave Winfield, was having someone spy on him, Howie Spira, and he got banned from the game and could not touch the Yankees. And Gene Michael took over as the GM and it was like, okay, the days of trading for Ken Phelps or getting rid of Jay Buhner, not going to happen anymore. So Pettit, Jeter, Rivera, they're not getting traded like we used to do for some 38-year-old DH. And they kept the core together because George couldn't get his grubby hands all over the Yankees, and it worked. And maybe this is part of why Dolan mostly laid back and Leon Rose was able to do the build.
Yeah, I was going to say, we should mention Leon Rose, who's their president there, and I think has a really strong hand in putting this team together. And earlier in the year, I have to go back and find the interview, but Dolan was on New York radio and did talk about the sense of just almost like he had to hold himself back of not going for like the carrot, the shiny thing, not going, we need Giannis Antetokounmpo, go and get it. And instead, allowing things to take shape and allowing things to happen. You can argue about the path and the teams, whatever it is. All that matters is the moves they made, including the very beginning, and Rose had a big hand to this, to go and get Jalen Brunson to start this whole thing, that all of that led to this moment where they are now NBA champions. And you don't get to, as a lot of people always say, I think it's Windhorst always says it too, like you don't have to apologize for being a champ. You won. You have the title now. That's yours. You've snapped the streak, or the slide, and you are finally on the top of the world. And a lot of it has to do with, what do we say all the time about good ownership? I mean, I think Foley does it for the most part too. Hire the people that you need to hire and let them do what they're supposed to do because you hired them to do it. And a lot of successful franchises in any sport have that commonality.
And with that, as much as I'd like to believe that we really know what we're talking about and we influence decisions, don't let us influence decisions. Foley and GMKM and McPhee, they don't care what we think. Frankly, they don't care what the fans think.
And they asked me about torts. I gave them some ideas.
And if you go back, when Jalen Brunson signed, I want you to listen to the sampling of Jalen Brunson takes when he signed. This is courtesy of the Levitard Show, who did a really good audio mashup. Listen to how much media people thought the Jalen Brunson pickup was absurd.
Jalen Brunson isn't the answer.
It's an awful idea.
And for what? To go all in hopes of signing Jalen Brunson?
And by the way, he's not a one. I'm not even sure he's a real two.
And I worry that they're gonna look at Jalen Brunson. And they're like, wait, we spent $27 million a year on this?
The saddest sweepstakes ever. The Jalen Brunson sweepstakes. Is Jalen Brunson one of the 10 best point guards in basketball? Maybe he's 10.
I don't think he's top 10. I mean, he might not be top 14.
I don't think this is a move that puts them into playoff contention.
But, I mean, do we think Brunson is a guy that is going to bring them to a second-round playoff series? He's not.
Stephen A., Nick Wright, Michael Wilbon, Dan Patrick, Chris Broussard, Mad Dog. All hated Brunson being a pivotal move by the Knicks.
I don't think they understood.
Good job, fellas.
For those who don't remember, too, prior to that, he was obviously with the Mavericks, had just come off a postseason in which he had averaged over 21 points with 3.7 assists and 4.5 rebounds per game, 46% from the floor, shot about, 34% from three, so not great, but had helped lead them to the Western Conference Finals. And you could say, well, Luka was there. Luka got hurt during that run. And Brunson was a very big reason why they had made it to the Western Conference Finals. You saw it all over. And it's a brilliant move because, again, for those who do not remember this aspect of it, Haralabos Voulgaris, a big sharp bettor who had found his way into the Dallas Mavericks front office, was part of the core of folks in Dallas that said, we can't pay him that much. And they let him walk. And he was willing to take less. And instead he walked. He went to New York, took another pay cut later, and the rest is history.
I know you don't necessarily believe in this, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think certain cities you need a certain mentality. And I think Brunson's mentality is perfect for New York when sky is falling every day and the highs and lows are treated like just panic moments. Mm-hmm. You just watch Brunson, just even all the time, on the floor, just calm. Like, he's perfect for that market. He was obviously very productive in Philly at Villanova. There are certain players who don't thrive in atmospheres like that. He does.
He does. And actually, I thought that was kind of a microcosm of what this season was and this postseason run was for the Knicks. And this is kind of like, I guess, an inside baseball thing. But if you're a big basketball fan, you were watching the media availability. Watch the Knicks media availability throughout this entire postseason. They were great. They were honest about certain situations. They never got too high, never got too low. They were always kind of saying the same things over and over again. And I thought it peaked when they go up 3-1. They come back and they beat the Spurs. And he's essentially asked about, hey, you're one win away from a championship. And statistically, 3-1 series, it's only been upended one time. You know, how does it feel to essentially be this close to actually doing it? And his response was, there's something to be happy about. It's 0-0 and we go back on the road. And that was great. And then what happened? They came back on the road in Game 5 and they beat him. Whether it's him or whether it's all of these guys, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, when you saw them, Karl Anthony Towns, all just get on the same page and understand each other. It goes back to I was able to remove the New York aspect of this just because the guys on this team were actually really likable dudes. And it speaks to they were not homegrown New York guys. I know there's like personal ties, but they came from all over the place in terms of their basketball careers. This was not a homegrown team drafted and developed by the Knicks. And that's what made it pretty unique.
I cannot remember the year. It's obviously a long time ago. I remember doing Sports Talk Radio at this moment when the Knicks were so dysfunctional. The New York Daily News had a back page that said the biggest mess in sports. And I remember the visual of Larry Brown at the practice facility on one end of the gym talking about one of their players and the player on the other end. Like, basically, there was like this Cold War going on, and they were basically mother blanking each other. I'm looking back at an old story when – this is old. When Skip Bayless was on Cold Pizza, because that's the promo at the bottom, and the Knicks at the time had Steve Francis and Stephon Marbury. That was the Knicks. Mm-hmm. Like you said, star hunting and just awful mixes, and then egomaniacs like Larry Brown at the end of his career. He wasn't the right guy.
Yep.
That was the Knicks.
And we should also – I think we have hit it on this show, but it's worth pointing out, going back to Rose and the decision-making and the skies – getting rid of Tom Thibodeau was the right thing to do.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And it ties into, I think, a little bit of what we just saw here. Success be damned. Back-to-back conference semis and a berth in the Eastern Conference Finals, screw that. That's not good enough, and we see what is transpiring, and we see that we believe that you're limiting what we are doing here despite the success.
And Knicks fans, to a man, 95% of you hated the Mike Brown hire. You love Tibbs. Good call. Again, don't listen to fans. Don't listen to media. I would love if they listened to us all the time, and I would love to be right all the time. But as I've mentioned a billion times, stealing the line from the sports pig, I am paid to have opinions, not to always be right. And I'm wrong a lot.
Outside of OG Anunoby and Jalen Brunson, I think every Knicks fan probably wanted to get rid of everybody else on this roster at some point.
Yes.
Karl Anthony Towns, get him out of here. Mikal Bridges.
After last year?
Yeah.
Mikal Bridges?
Yep. Mikal Bridges, get him out of here. He's terrible.
Yep.
There's so many guys on this roster. Maybe Deuce McBride. They do like Deuce McBride.
It's amazing.
So maybe Miles McBride was one of the three that did not it.
The old Knicks were a disaster. The new Knicks are a good organization. You know what organization's not a disaster? And this is the time to panic, according to us and fans. The Spurs are not a mess. So I don't know what they're going to do with De'Aaron Fox. I don't know that you have to get rid of him. Can he acquiesce and be part of a three-man backcourt and take a back seat at times to the young guys? Here's Kendrick Perkins, and Perkins is like, get rid of him if you can.
I strongly believe that they have to move on from him right now. And it's not because he had a horrible finals. It's not because he had some horrible moments in the NBA finals. It's because that's Dylan Harper's spot. You got to find a suitor. And the crazy part is, I don't know if it's a team out there right now that's going to be willing to take on a De'Aaron Fox contract.
No one will take De'Aaron Fox. I mean, talk about prisoner of the moment.
Yeah. I guess his argument is because he's owed over $60 million each of the next however many years are left on his contract. That's the NBA, though.
Mm-hmm.
Salary cap, going back to the ratings, folks, breaking news, salary cap's going up. So taking on a De'Aaron Fox wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world for some of these teams. He's still a productive player. By the way, pop quiz, who led the NBA Finals in total assists? De'Aaron Fox. He has still got some aspect. He's got still some skill set that is going to be coveted by teams. I would agree with the sentiment of, look, I think you need to turn the keys over to Dylan Harper quicker than before.
But that doesn't mean De'Aaron Fox would have zero role on the team. You can have more than one point guard. And by the way, you can play all three together at times if you needed to. They're not 5'11".
No.
They're all guys who are 6'3" to 6'5". Now, I think they should use him as a chip in some sort of a deal. Maybe it has to be a three-way deal. I do think this offseason is going to be fascinating because we opened the show today talking about the Vegas Golden Knights, and we'll get back to more of that and the aggression of the Knights every offseason. The Spurs are in a race. And I know Wemby's only 22, but I don't know if he's going to be a productive player when he's 28. He's gigantic. He's 210 pounds. I'm trying to win now, and guess what? In my conference, there's another organization that has 900 picks just like I do and lots of tradable assets. OKC's going to do something. So the Spurs need to do something.
Of course they do.
What would you rather see the Spurs do? We'll build on this with John Browner, who's coming up at the 5 o'clock hour. Spurs go and tweak by adding LeBron James, or Spurs go and make a mega deal and get Giannis? What's the better idea? You can text in your reaction, 702-364-1100. That's our text line, 702-364-1100. NBA insider John Browner, Sporting Tribune, will join us on what the Spurs and OKC should do this offseason.
Golden Circle Sports Bar inside Treasure Island is the ultimate spot to catch all your favorite sports on huge video walls. 55-plus TVs offering ideal views from every seat. Gourmet comfort foods, craft beers on tap, and all your favorite beverages. Plus, Treasure Island is the only place on the Strip with free parking.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
Gear up, Jeep lovers. Saturday, June 27th from 11 to 4, head to Jim Marsh Chrysler Jeep for the Gear Vehicles and Dirt Road Cred Gear Up event. Check out custom Jeeps and Gear vehicles available for sale. Meet Matt and Ryan from Dirt Road Cred, plus Natalie from Gear Vehicles. Enjoy barbecue, Jeep group meetups, vendor displays, training demos, and a Mopar $1,000 giveaway. It's family-friendly, adventure-packed fun at 8575 West Centennial Parkway. Don't miss the ultimate Jeep gathering, June 27th at Jim Marsh Chrysler Jeep.
My name is Christina Martini, and I attended the Mark Patrick seminar. And because of the seminar, I lost over 27 pounds in a course of about 4 months.
Oh, wow, that's remarkable. Join Mark Patrick's Hypnosis Seminar. Lose the weight or stop smoking, only $59.99 guaranteed. Hypnosis, Sunday, July 12th at the Santa Fe Station Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Weight loss hypnosis at 11 a.m. Stop smoking hypnosis at 2 p.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
The championship series of the Men's College World Series, live from Omaha, Nebraska, will be on 12:30 The Game, with Game 1, 4:45, this Saturday.
Brought to you by Paul Patta Law. It's not about the injury, it's about the recovery.
Listen to UNLV Sports right here on ESPN Las Vegas, 1100 AM and 100.9 FM, KWWN, Las Vegas. Live from the Findlay Toyota studio, you're listening to ESPN Las Vegas.
All right, let's continue on the NBA in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll get back to VGK and what we expect to be some aggression in a positive way, like every offseason. Golden Knights make a lot of moves, but we were just talking about potential moves around the National Basketball Association. We were just patting the Knicks on the back for being a new organization and more resembling the great orgs around the NBA, unlike the old Knicks. And maybe part of that was James Dolan getting distracted by the Sphere and the build here, and he wasn't paying attention, and Leon Rose and the powers that be with the Knicks got to collect players over the years, convince a guy like Brunson to go there and stay there for less money. It's worked out for the Knicks. They've won the first title they've picked up in 53 years. John Browner was watching all this for the Tribune. He's great on the NBA. He joins John. He joins Cofield here on this Tuesday. What's up, John?
What's going on? How we feeling?
We're feeling good, man. A really good NBA season. Great finish. We were talking about the ratings in the Open, that whole, get woke, go broke. That didn't work out. 25 million watched Game 5. The overall audience on average was 21 million, highest since 1998. Knicks being in it helped. Wemby being in it helped. The NBA had a hell of a season with a great close.
I couldn't agree more. This 5-game series, even though it had some really, crazy endings with the 29-point comeback and the Knicks finding a way to erase a 10-point lead, and every fourth quarter had a build-up to it. And that's all you really want from these games, is for them to be competitive at the very end. And every single one of these games were competitive, and it didn't hurt at all that the Knicks won most of them.
What do you make of this concept, though, of the NBA and the numbers here? Is this mostly just because of the involvement of the New York Knicks, or is this a feather in the cap for people like Steve, like I, like you, that have been saying this whole time, you people are idiots, the NBA is not going anywhere, in fact, it's growing?
If anybody thought the NBA was going to fade away because of whether it be politics or just their general dislike for the players that are the foreign guys who are now leading the league, they should be ashamed of themselves, because these guys are great basketball players. At the end of the day, what you want to see is the sport played at its highest level. We got to watch a freak of nature reach the peak of the game at 22. And he just, for the luck of the viewer, he failed. Because now he can only be better. If Wemby is what we all think he is, the failure will only turn him into a monster. He will not choke going forward, because I believe he completely choked this thing away. Well, he had help, but I believe his talent and his ability to just jump out of the screen when you watch him on television gives him a presence of a guy like Michael Jordan or like LeBron James or like Steph Curry. From a visual aspect, he's so enticing to watch. In addition to the New York Knicks, the NBA absolutely succeeded in this. This season has been a dream come true. Wemby played it healthy. LeBron had a great year for the Lakers. Steph Curry popped up here and there. And at the end of the day, you got the Knicks to win the NBA championship, which in any sport, a New York team win a championship, whether you like it or not, appears to be good for the league.
I'll read a headline for you and see what you think. From the Daily Knicks blog, Tom Thibodeau deserves a sincere thank you for making the Knicks title possible.
With that, hell, I hear with that, man. Let this guy go. They give Dungy a ring after Gruden won it. Like, what are we doing? Let Tom Thibodeau go do whatever it is he's doing. He coached the guys too hard. They didn't like it. His formula doesn't work. It's been at 3 different stops: Chicago, Minnesota, and New York, and he won't adjust it. So just let him go. Let him go. Oh, my God. Yeah. Okay. No. My answer is no.
One of the things, speaking of coaches, and people can't let this go either, Mitch Johnson in the postgame has talked a lot about hey, essentially, like, we dictated the series, I think was the way that he described it. And I think he's right. I think people are misconstruing his comments, and I think they're comparing it to Kenny Atkinson's analytically, we should be up 2-0. Those are completely different statements. What did you make of Johnson's thought of, because I think it's pretty clear what he was saying. We blew this. We led by double digits in every single game. The win probability, he didn't say this, was immense for all of them and every single one of them. These Spurs blew this, did they not?
There are certain things we should say that coaches should never say. Kenny Atkinson is very high on that list with analytically we should be up. And Mitch Johnson should be very careful about how he speaks going forward. Yeah, they controlled the game. I thought their game plan was A+ defensively. I thought it was a B+ offensively, but they still should have won these games. I think Mitch Johnson should probably be fired. He won't, because the Spurs don't work like that as an organization. And Mitch Johnson is a hand-picked guy by R.C. Buford and Greg Popovich, so they're not going to quickly dismiss him. But you could clearly see his inability to not have been in those situations before hurt the team. Keeping De'Aaron Fox in the game when he was clearly not rising to the moment while Dylan Harper was, and them not adjusting on the fly, was a clear indication that behind the scenes, someone else was helping Mitch Johnson prepare for these games. Because they started every game beautifully. But when it got hot and he needed to make adjustments during the game, he didn't. But here's Mike Brown, who I'm not a huge fan of, but you got to give credit where credit is due. Mike Brown was throwing everything he had off that bench onto the court like a card dealer, just hoping to hit 21 somewhere, just hoping to hit the river. And time after time, he did with the player, whether it be for 2 minutes or for 8 minutes or for 4 minutes. He was doing that, and Mitch Johnson couldn't for the Spurs. And that was really the difference in the series, in my opinion.
Who are they going to get that's better, though? I always kind of disagree with the thought of a guy should be fired, especially after winning the Western Conference. And why don't we talk about players in the same light? I mean, Victor Wembanyama down the stretch of a game in which they blew a historic lead was missing free throws, had made 3 shot attempts, had completely shrunk in the moment as well.
Because if you, and I'm glad you asked me that question, because if you're in this situation and you've got your best player is 22, the other one's 22, the other one coming off the bench is 20, this is probably one of the better opportunities for a head coach to have his imprint on the game. Jalen Brunson is a grizzled veteran. He's done things in this league. OG has been to the finals before. They had players who could be on the court and know what to do in tense situations because they've played in so many games at that level. Not championship level, but they've played in very tight games. You've got a 22-year-old kid in Victor Wembanyama, and you as a head coach, you have to get him in better spots with the ball. Now, if he doesn't score, now that's on him. We turn our fire towards him, and he does deserve a lot of blame. But this idea that Mitch Johnson was doing the right thing by just letting him float around the three-point line, I don't agree to that. Him doing the right thing by letting De'Aaron Fox just kind of give game after game away. Like, this 29-point comeback doesn't happen without De'Aaron Fox wearing a Knicks jersey underneath his Spurs jersey. Like, it was a wild thing to watch. Mitch Johnson never make any adjustments. So when you ask who's better out there, that's a great question, but that's a Spurs question to answer. And the answer may be no one. The answer may be another year of Mitch Johnson learning from that. But in my opinion, with Victor Wembanyama and his health and these young guys where NBA now, the contracts dictate how long someone stays there, I think it's very important that they figure out what they want to do with Mitch Johnson and De'Aaron Fox, because I believe it was a mix of those two that really cost them an opportunity to be the youngest finals champion in NBA history.
John Browner, Sporting Tribune, with us here in Cofield and Company at Browner's podcast up on X. Actually, to be honest with you, the best candidate to replace Mitch Johnson, if they were going to do it, I think just took the job in Orlando and Sean Sweeney.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I thought that Mike Malone being available, he's now in North Carolina. I thought that would have been a good hire. I mean, there are a lot of coaches who can put their arms around that team. This guy will never get another job, but I like Mark Jackson for a situation like that. Someone who's mature, someone who's thought through, somebody who can speak to these guys. But his run's over in the NBA. But guys, someone like that, someone who's been on the bench. I thought Tiago Splitter being hired by the Chicago Bulls is a very good hire. I think that would have been a good hire, but that's also another young coach who would have never been in that situation. And so I think you just need a more veteran coach for such a young team, because when things got really, really tough on them and the lead's going from 10 to 6 to 4 to 3, now the Knicks are up 2, I never felt like Mitch Johnson had an answer, and he was more reliant on the players making plays as opposed to him putting an imprint on such young players.
John Browner, Sporting Tribune, is on ESPN Las Vegas with Cofield and JVT. Okay, I think the West is going to be hyper-aggressive at the top. OKC and the Spurs have lots of picks. They've got lots of young, tradable assets. I think you got an arms race here, and I'm not looking at the Spurs like, oh, they've got a 20, 21-year-old and a 22-year-old, so you can have a slow build. I say be aggressive this offseason, make a big move. What do you like better? Play along. It has to be one or the other.
Go for the home run.
Add LeBron James or make a blockbuster deal for Giannis.
If I'm the Spurs, I'm making a blockbuster deal for Giannis because he's probably got 3 really, really good years left in him. And then if you add, because again, we've now watched Wemby. We now know he's a perimeter player. He can go inside against non-physical teams, but as each series got more and more physical, he tended to drift. Now, again, I don't know if that's more coaching and him not having a spot to get through for Mitch Johnson or the staff to have a play for him to call. But if you add Giannis to that, now you can't push this roster around anymore. You can't grind him starting at half court because Giannis is going to be running through people. And Wemby can make threes. It's just a matter of what do you have to give up to get that. And I think this Giannis conversation that everybody is having, I think people need to be very aware that if I'm the Bucks, I'm also not just going to take stuff. Because these Spurs picks, they're not going to be top 5 picks anymore. They're going to be 28, 27, 29, and with whatever they got these picks through trades, we need to see what those trades are because everybody's improving. Everybody's improving. And so I think there will be an arms race. I like OKC, who have more tradable assets, because if you package Chet, who's shown himself to be an all-NBA player, who's shown himself to be a defensive stalwart, but he's just afraid of Wemby, put him in the East. Wemby ain't nowhere around. You put some picks to that, you show the Bucks fan base, hey, man, listen, we got a franchise cornerstone out of this. We got somebody who wants to be here, and we can build around that. I think that there's going to be a really, really interesting turn before the draft of what happens. The Clippers are involved in talks. The Celtics are involved in talks. Obviously, we think Oklahoma City and San Antonio will be involved in talks. Miami's always in the background somewhere. Golden State trading for AD has been out there. So there's a lot of moves, a lot of whispers in the crowd. The question is what will come to the forefront.
John Browner is with us here on ESPN Las Vegas. He's working with Sporting Tribune, the Sporting Tribune, at Sporting Trib up on Twitter. William Hill Sportsbook odds here in town. Best team in the East, the new Boston Celtics. Celtics are actually 6-1 to win the title. Knicks are plus 750. Pacers are 20-1. You just mentioned, a bunch of those teams in the East can be aggressive and make some ads. Speculate. Who do you think will be the best team in the East at the beginning of the season next year?
That's a very tough question. That's a very tough question to answer because I don't know what the Celtics are going to do with Jaylen Brown. I don't know what the Pacers are going to do with Tyrese Halliburton and how he looks. They added Zubac. They still have the pieces that took them in Siakam to the finals. Those guys, that team is pretty much still intact. What happens with Milwaukee? Where do they send Giannis to Miami? Does he stay in the East? Do the Washington one with Trae Young and with Anthony Davis if they don't move him? The East is a very interesting and enticing layout, but it's just too early to really put your money on anyone because I think the Knicks are going to get anywhere near repeating. That's just my personal opinion. I thought the NBA has had a different champion now, I think 7 or 8 years in a row. Mm-hmm. And I think that unpredictability will continue next year as well.
Follow John up on Twitter at Browner's Podcast. Okay, we'll close on some wild card topics based on some stuff you've been talking about the last week or so. Give me your thoughts on Brendan Sorsby now having to bail on Texas Tech in college football and potentially go in the supplemental draft.
I think this is bad. I really think this is bad for the sport. If you really believe it, let's come on. Not opposed to, I bet every game. But if you're going to have these kids having someone make money off their likeness. Isn't that what the NIL is supposed to be? The universities, the conferences, the NCAA, they're getting money from whether it be DraftKings or Prize Picks or you name it. They're taking in money from these places, and this money ain't getting to the kids. And so the fact that this kid made this crazy, I think it was like 8,000 or something like that, these amount of bets, that signals he has more of a problem. But the fact that he had to go into the supplemental draft because the conference was talking about not playing Texas Tech, like, grow up. Grow up. You're taking money from these gambling sites, but now you also want to hammer a kid for getting himself involved in this. This is a very serious subject that the NCAA really needs to get their arms around. Because if you think more kids aren't doing this, you're a fool. He just happened to get caught because he was so ridiculous with it. But this is now a part of American sports as the actual game is, and I mean betting. We used to see, oh, don't bet on baseball. Don't, like, what happened to Pete Rose happened because back in the day, they absolutely kept betting separate from the sport. Now they're woven together. They're in bed together. And as a public, we need to adjust to it. The NCAA needs to adjust to it. And they need to figure out a way to move forward where these kids aren't so heavily penalized. He clearly isn't ready for the NFL, but now it's forced on him because Texas Tech politely said, hey, man, listen, this is too hot for us. You got to go.
Second wild card topic with John Browner on Cofield and Company, ESPN Las Vegas. You're based in the San Diego area. I listened to a radio show last week where I heard a San Diego radio host say, hey, the Padres need to sell. It's not working. That is stupid. In fact, if I'm a Padres fan, I am demanding the owners right now, the Seidler family, in a few months, approval goes through. Feliciano and his wife Kwanzaa Jones buy the team for $3.9 billion. Spend some of the money on your way out. They're in the wild card spot at the bottom, but this team has plenty of talent. They've underachieved. Do you think they should bail?
This is such a tough.
Come on, John.
I'm not gonna sit,
Come
I'm
on.
not gonna sit on the fence. Okay. I'm not going to sit on the fence. I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't think they need to make any moves. I think the guys that they're giving $300 million to need to hit.
Okay.
I think the guys who they're giving a $100 million contract to, these guys need to hit. Who are you bringing in that has more experience in the league than Manny Machado and Xander Bogaerts? Who are you bringing in that's more energetic on the base pads than Fernando Tatis Jr.? Who are you bringing in with more upside than Jackson Merrill in center field? Like, there's only so many guys that you can have that need to step up. And the Padres have 5 or 6 guys that really need to step up and start earning their money. This idea of selling is bonkers. I'm not a fan of that because you're too close to winning. If you get the postseason, anything can happen. Sell depend on the news, and we don't know no idea how they're going to go about financially supporting this team. God rest Peter Seiler. He gave every penny he had to get us to this point. He gave every penny on his deathbed to make sure the Padres were competitive. And lo and behold, his brothers kept that, but they never raised the ceiling. They just kept it where it was. Now the new owner's coming in. You spent a god amount of money on it. Please continue to spend on it, but we won't know that until they show up. But selling this team at this point, after having the most success you've ever had in consecutive years as a franchise, would be absolutely idiotic. And I don't think it's going to happen, but who knows?
John, thank you. Very good spot. We'll talk to you, buddy.
No problem.
There he is. John Browner, San Diego, former basketball player, at Browner's podcast. I will answer his question about what do they need to add. You can always add more starting pitching. Now, they've been a little dinged up. Mm-hmm. They could use a corner outfielder because right now, Samad Taylor, who I think has some potential, although he's an old first-time player for the most part in the majors, but has been dynamic in AAA. Samad Taylor ahead of Gavin Sheets, ahead of Jace Bowen, ahead of Nick Solak. You can add a corner outfielder. Sure. Dare I say it? Who's the guy I keep mentioning? Trade him before he's hitting 190. Your guy? Mike Trout?
Oh, yeah.
Quick trip down the 5, San Diego. Get the fans fired up. Wouldn't cost you a whole lot.
Sure. Give them something, please. I hope the Angels sell everything.
They better.
Dude, if they don't do it this year.
Yep.
So bad. But they've got some good pieces.
What do you?
Sorry, I'm not anything like
What,
me.
the nice cartoon that our
No.
vast graphics crew made?
Nope, I'd like it deleted.
You and Stomper?
I'd like it deleted.
You're very square-jawed. You're all muscular. You look happy. You're smiling, not brooding this time.
I don't look Latino enough standing next to Stomper. I would like to look
I
more
forgot.
Latino.
You do have, in the Von Tobel, you do have some Latino blood.
I'm an athletics guy. You're right. I don't care what they do.
I don't know. If I tell this story, I'm not going to out who it is, but I'm going to tell it. Someone told me your last name is off-putting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they assumed you were like just some like stern aristocratic white.
Well, yeah. I mean, like how's that like, yeah.
Okay. Hey, as long as you own up to it.
Yeah. Like,
you're not a man of the people.
No,
you're very upper crust.
I mean, I am. I think I actually am really a man of the people. One of my qualities I think that is very positive is I get along very well with people pretty easily. But I'm saying, well, yeah, in the sense of, yeah, if you heard the name Von Tobel.
So you recognize it.
Yeah, of course. If you hear my full name, Jonathan George Von Tobel.
Oh, my God.
Sounds way richer than I really am.
Well.
That I frown upon the help.
None of the tool shop money's left?
No.
You've got a park. You've got an elementary school.
Correct.
Refinance the park.
Can we do that? Do I own part of that?
No.
You know, I have.
You probably should be able to go get a loan based on the fact you're like, hey, I have a community center and what else? A school, and we used to be a power family in town.
That's right.
Give me some money.
I will say two things. First off, in a true sense of being privileged as all hell, ask me if I've ever stepped foot on Von Tobel Community Center grounds or Von Tobel Middle School.
Where is the family castle in Vegas?
Yeah, I don't know. So I've never been to either place. So that's like just peak privilege where there is a community center and a school named after my family, and I no shot. I got yelled at it. I got yelled at by a bartender about it.
Oh yeah,
a couple of weeks ago. It was a going away party for our buddy Jared, and somehow it came up to the little bartender of like, no, like, you know, there's a middle school, and she's like, well, where is it? And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, then you're lying. You don't know where it is. It's named after your family. I'm like, I'm a rich white. Of course I don't know where it is. You can't come after me like that. Never stepped foot in that place before. Well, nor will I ever.
Playing the role.
Although, I will say, as I have said many times before, I don't know if this is still true, but at one point they did win some sort of national recognition for having the best junior high mariachi band in the country.
Go figure.
Los Tigres. Let's go.
364-1100. We got Aviators tickets, 4-pack. Round Rock is in town. Thursday is Thirsty Thursday, $2 beer night at LV Ballpark. We got a 4-pack going out right now. You can buy your Aviators tickets if you don't win these from James at Ticketmaster.com. Caller 7 gets a 4-pack to see the Aviators this Thursday, $2 beer night against Round Rock. Caller 7, 364-1100.
Got something to say? Hit us up on the Bay Law text line. 702-364-1100. Brought to you by Bay Law Injury Attorneys. Winning is no accident.
Traffic is brought to you by Port Subs. Stop in today or order at portasubs.com or on the app.
Accident Charleston Boulevard eastbound at Cimarron. Also Decatur northbound before Twain. Cactus westbound before Maryland Parkway. Still working that one Paradise Road southbound at Sam.
Traffic is brought to you by Port Subs. Stop in today or order at portasubs.com or on the app.
Try the turkey, bacon, and avocado at Port of Subs. Fresh, craveable, and loaded with flavor. Order now at portofsubs.com.
Slice fresh sandwiches, Port of Subs.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I was in a wreck. I need a check.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Getting rear-ended once is bad enough. Don't let the insurance company hit you again with a lowball offer. Call an experienced attorney who knows how to fight and win. Call Lerner and Rowe today. 877-1500.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 877-1500. 877-1500.
Randy Westbrook, managing attorney.
Hey, this is Lisa Stofan. Heard the Mark Patrick weight loss hypnosis hype? Well, I attended because my father stopped smoking with hypnosis. Hypnosis eliminated my desire for soda and fast food, made me want to exercise, and I lost 60 pounds in 6 months. My energy level exploded. I went to another session to deal with some other problem foods, and I lost another 10 pounds. In fact, I brought my husband. He lost weight. More important, cholesterol and blood pressure improved. My friend went, and she lost 20 pounds in the first 2 months. So does Mark Patrick hypnosis work? Oh yeah, it works. Nothing has changed my life more. Well, except maybe my husband. He's so proud of me, makes me cry.
Oh, wow, that's incredible. So what are you waiting for? Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis and lose the weight or stop smoking, or your money back, only $59.99. That's right, weight loss hypnosis, Sunday, July 12th at the Santa Fe Station Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas at 11 a.m. Registration at 10:30. Stop smoking hypnosis at 2 p.m. with registration at 1:30. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
Las Vegas, stand by for details on how much it costs to borrow $1,000 from Dollar Loan Center. We offer signature loans up to $5,000 in minutes, and you don't need great credit or collateral. No checking account required, no application fees, and you only pay interest for the time you have the loan out. So if you need $1,000, it'll only cost you $5.50 per day. You can keep it out for a week, a month, a year. That's up to you. For new customers, the first week's interest is even on us. Give DLC a shot. You'll be glad you did. Stop by one of our over 25 area locations, including Vegas, Henderson, North Las Vegas, Mesquite, and Pahrump. You can also get up to $5,000 in minutes at don'tbebroke.com and save the drive.
Financial institutions. Payment amounts based on biweekly pay frequency with annual Senate rate of 199.99%. For additional cost information, call 866-550-4352. Subject to approval, limitations may apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
This sports update is brought to you by the William Hill Nevada Mobile Sports Account, where you can earn up to a $250 bonus bet after placing your first wager. Sign up today and you'll never miss another bet. Go to williamhill.us for more info.
Yesterday, the Professional Women's Hockey League team of Las Vegas officially announced that Kim Weiss will be the first head coach of this franchise. Weiss was an assistant coach with the Colorado Eagles. And the Las Vegas Aviators will host the Round Rock Express. First pitch set for 7:05.
It's Cofield and Company on ESPN Las Vegas.
Rolling on, lots to get to. Here in Cofield and Company. John Von Tobel across the way. It's ESPN Las Vegas. James is here. We'll have another 4-pack of Aviators tickets going out in the next 20 minutes or so. Thirsty Thursday tickets, again, in the next 20 minutes. So stick around for that. We're tracking some baseball. We're tracking World Cup. We will hit on the A's. Big game last night. Nick Kurtz, big game last night. But, you know, John just got off the road. He was unavailable at the end of the week last week because he was flying off to a family event in northern Florida. Which, by the way, we know someone who lives in northern Florida. Did you reach out?
Who?
Oh, no.
Oh, Jared.
Yeah.
It was a quick trip.
Old Jared is now in Jacksonville.
Flew out Friday and then came back Sunday.
able back in some fun on the trip.
Yeah. Absolutely. So first off, I'll say congratulations to my oldest little sister, Greta. Von Tobel, no more. Greta Buchanan. As I was reminded many times when I was growing up by my father, the Von Tobel name's with me. So luckily I did my job and had two sons. You know? So there we go. Screw you, Charles Darwin. One in the win column, babe.
What does one do in Jacksonville to have fun?
So it wasn't Jacksonville. It was St. Augustine, Florida, which is about 45 minutes south of Jacksonville, at least drive-wise.
Historic site.
Yeah, apparently it's the oldest city in the United States, founded by the Spaniards, I would assume back in the 1400s when they were still messing around in our country. So I think that, or I didn't think, I would say that I didn't have any thoughts on what this was going to be. That was for around. It was like, I don't want to call it Little P City. The drive you it was a Spanish New Orleans. There was it was a downtown area type, a lot of live bands and were using there plenty to do. It was right there on the beach. I had a great time outside of just celebrating and seeing my family and whatnot. That was a fantastic spot that I have to tell you is back on the list, and I would return sooner if it wasn't such a pain in the ass to get to. It was a 6-hour flight in total. I had to stop over in Dallas, stayed on the plane, and went to Jacksonville, and then had to drive immediately when I get off 6 hours, about an hour south. But, dude, I had never heard of that place, had no expectations. I had a phenomenal time.
How was it 95? I warned you. Was it okay?
Yeah, it was fine.
Okay.
It's funny because on the drive back to the airport, the different Uber driver took us a different way. So I got to cut through a little bit different portion. So I saw some more water, drove by TPC Sawgrass and that area over there. So that was pretty cool. I had no idea how expansive Sawgrass and the other properties were and the golf courses and whatnot. So it was very eye-opening in terms of what it was like out there. I liked it a lot. I did not like the humidity. Holy crap.
It's different, isn't it?
It is.
It's crazy.
As somebody who's trying not to be a fat guy anymore, you know, you get kind of what's the word? You get a little insecure when you immediately start sweating. And you're like, man, it's hefty. I'm a hefty guy and it's sweating. Nope, it didn't feel out of place because everybody was sweating. It was insane.
You couldn't. That shirt you have on right now?
Oh,
it would be a disaster.
So trust me,
you got to wear all black all the time.
So yes. So Friday night I land. It's the rehearsal dinner. By the time I get there, it's the rehearsal dinner starting. So I get there, dude. I'm wearing because my dad. Here's the thing. I'm told it's a rehearsal dinner. When you hear rehearsal dinner, what are you thinking? Like, somewhat like nice dinner, I guess. Not like wedding, but, wear something decent. So I put on, actually, these jeans that I'm wearing and just a red polo shirt. By the time I get out onto the town on Friday night, I'm just dead because it is insane in terms of how humid it is and whatnot. But Saturday night, the night of my sister's wedding, so we get all done with the wedding venue and we go out again, I was wearing dress pants, slacks, and a light blue button-down shirt. Wow. And I had been sweat-free pretty much the whole night. I was doing really well. By the time I got there at that night, the club at the nighttime, just chest sweat and cooked. Absolutely cooked.
No joke?
No, it's not. It was crazy.
Highlights of the trip as you listed ripping cigs, golf carts, and...
Oh, no, don't say the last part.
Don't
say the last part.
And other stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I may have ripped a few darts.
What are you doing with cigarettes?
What do you mean?
That what happens when you get some drinky drink?
Right, and I don't, as you know, because I've been on this journey of fitness.
You're a fitness guy.
I am, and I actually don't drink anymore like that.
Oh,
so this was the first time in a long time.
Yeah, your tolerance goes down.
Yeah,
especially if you're not eating.
And and every once in a while,
why not?
Some old demons pop up when you throw a couple of back, and so when it's 2:00 in the morning, someone hands you a dart. Maybe you want to have a couple.
Okay.
It's my favorite term for cigs, by the way.
Was I not supposed to mention the golf cart?
I like driving the golf cart.
What's the big deal about the golf cart?
They go like 30 miles an hour.
Where was this?
I don't know, just like the town. So wherever that was at.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had an Airbnb, and so it came with like the golf cart and stuff like that. But I was amazed. So I was tentative at first because I was told just drive. You need to go to Publix, which, by the way, that was the other thing. I'd never been to a Publix before, so that was cool. Got a pub sub. They make sushi.
That was cool.
They make sushi there. That's
a little higher end.
Dude, I go there, and the guy's behind the counter. He's like, how's it going, sir? I'm like, it's great. I'm looking at the pre-made sushi rolls. He goes, do you want me to make you anything? And I go, what do you mean make me something? And he gracefully does this to the case of all the fish, and he's like, hey, whatever you like.
Oh, they make it?
Yeah.
It's not just sitting there.
No. So it's sitting there, but they also make specially for you if you order it.
Have you had grocery store bought sushi?
Oh, I love it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't have it often.
I almost bought some the other day.
Oh, it's great.
And then I backed out.
No, it's fantastic.
And they're making it there.
Yeah. Cutting it all fine and whatnot.
Wow.
But anyway, the whole point was, the Publix was a little ways away, not too far. But my dad goes like, yeah, just take the golf cart. I'm like, what do you mean take like on the streets? He's like, yeah, you're fine. And apparently that's a thing. The golf cart goes like 30 miles an hour, and I was just cruising through the streets of St. Augustine, ripping a cig, and going out to get some stuff at the store.
That's a hell of a trip.
It honestly was one of the better weekends I've had in a long time.
Good.
It's fun.
Weddings. Were you on when I was hammering on weddings?
Well, I think we brought it up with Caleb the last time I was on.
We did. That's right. That probably because you were going to a wedding.
Yeah.
And I said I really don't need to go to any more weddings.
I don't. I have. It's weird
but
how
you're young and you have siblings who are young.
Sure. And it's weird how when it rains it pours, because I think I told you that last week. But so I had my sister's wedding this weekend, and I have 2 more weddings within the next calendar year that I will have to attend as well.
Okay. Well, number 1 in the books, and it was good.
It was good. It's great. Loved it.
Back to the Vegas Golden Knights offseason. I didn't have a cheesy segue as I normally do. I expect aggression. I expect changes. I'm not mad at anyone. News came down today, Tortorella. That's it. They gave him a run, tried to win the Stanley Cup. I think he kind of jacked it up down the stretch by not mixing in Aiden Hill. That challenge in Game 2 was stupid.
Of course.
I don't. They had to know they weren't going to win it. So he had some screw-ups. Fine job for the, 25-plus games, but they need to go out and get an elite coach. And we'll see who's in the search. I think that they should be going out and going after the best sitting coaches in the NHL, and I think one of those guys is Rod Brind'Amour.
Call him by his real name.
The Rod Bod.
Rod the Bod.
Rod the Bod. We know of Tom Dundon recently why. He's the owner because he bought the Blazers. And what has he done with the Blazers? He's gutted the organization. He was like super cheap at their short stint in the playoffs and the play-in. They still don't have a coach. Tiago Splitter wanted the job, but they wouldn't pay him. Now, the story is that, hey, he spends up to the cap in the NHL for his Canes. But for some reason, Brind'Amour has this loyalty to him. I mean, he gave him his first chance, but he was making like $600K a year when he started coaching. He's at $2 million. He signed a 5-year deal in 2024. The best coaches in the NHL make $4 to $6.5 million. Rod Brind'Amour is one of the best coaches in the NHL. VGK needs to go after him.
Yeah.
There's no debate. And I posted my take yesterday on this quick video all over socials. You can find Cofield and Company up on TikTok. Steve Cofield on IG, Facebook. Posted it on Twitter at Steve Cofield and got quite the response from some of the Hurricanes fans. I haven't read the comments yet.
Okay, we'll start with some of the easy ones. This one's at the top, got the most likes. Unlike the Knights, Brind'Amour is all about loyalty. He would never leave the Canes, especially a team capable of going back-to-back.
Yeah, which loyalty, schmoyalty. In the NHL, loyalty means nothing. If he deserves $5 million a year, then he should be getting $5 million a year. $2 million is a freaking joke for one of the best coaches in hockey.
Yes, and so that I would add to.
Loyalty.
So to your point, and this is why I think a lot of these comments get this wrong, loyalty is a theme of all the responses that you got on this.
Yeah.
However, many of them, almost all of them, failed to take loyalty and flip it and say, he deserves more loyalty by being the highest paid coach in the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
But none of them are like that. None of them care.
Mm.
It's just, no, he would never leave. He would never. Yes, but take that vitriol and direct it toward the organization, which has allowed him to sit there and make a pittance in comparison to some of his peers in the league.
Yep.
It's not about money for Rod. As soon as you figure that out, you'll sleep better at night. knowing that he will never coach for another
I
team.
sleep really well at night. I don't care about loyalty. Now, that said, am I loyal? Yeah, pretty much. But loyalty means nothing in the big scheme of things. People always, this is another one of those, what are we going to do? Loyalty, and what's the other theme of the week? Handshakes at the end of games show that you're a loser if you don't do it. Shut up. Everyone's got all these stupid rules that in many cases they don't play by. They don't operate by.
I don't understand this one. You got to love a skunk from Vegas, the home of selling your depraved soul for shekels, proposing to offer shekels to RBA. So what, you want to pay? We want to pay him, and that's a bad thing?
So you don't think that your coach should be rewarded by getting his pay doubled after leading you to the Stanley Cup?
Yeah.
This is where people get it wrong all the time. Tom Dundon is not a sympathetic character. He's not. Tom Dundon is from the private equity world, and I've done this rant like 6 times now. PE, in large part, is one of the worst things happening in this country, and it is going to be a big theme in sports because more private equity groups and folks who have gotten rich through private equity are buying into sports. And if they operate your sports organization like they operate their businesses, there's going to be real trouble. Real trouble. Angel sitting in. Angel, do you have this cut loaded up with a Dundon Bowl? We'll see if we can find this. This is a good example of, so I mention this often, private equity is buying restaurants. They're buying restaurant groups. You know that going out to eat is more expensive than it's ever been. And it's a weird thing, John. When you go to a lot of chain joints, the prices are up, and then you get the food, and you're like, wait, what happened to the quality of the food? I'm paying more, I'm getting less, and it's no good. This is an example of Tom Dundon talking about bringing in robots and getting rid of the employees so that they can make their food bowls efficiently, and the glee in his voice is over the top.
The infinite bowl making machine. It can make salads, it can make fast casual Mexican, it can make Greek bowls, poke bowls, any kind of bowl. A third of our sales are in bowl concepts. The most inconsistency that we're seeing is in bowls because humans are making it and they sort of make it with different portion size, or they might miss an ingredient. The beautiful thing about this machine is the bowl actually is on a maglev, and the bowl spins and the ingredients are put very beautifully in the bowl so it looks and presented incredible and there's no errors. The machine can do 500 bowls an hour.
PE hates us. They hate human beings. Let the robots take over, right? Poor Johnny or Katie, I should come up with updated 2026 names. You're fired! Because the robot can make the bowl prettier. By the way, the robot will also be instructed, because this is another problem, and I'm not pointing out certain places, but people have gotten on these places. Certain places you go, and you're like, hey, let me get a chicken bowl. And then you look down, you're like, okay, can I actually get some chicken in there? If you'd like to double up for more money or triple up for more money, no, put some chicken in the bowl. Now, that's a human being who's been instructed, don't put chicken in the bowl to, excess. What do you think the robot's going to do? There's no chicken for any of us. And it's the Tom Dundons of the world who are taking our chicken away. By the way, that was not Tom Dundon. I wanted to fake that it was. It was just another PE dunk. That's the way these guys think.
Of course it is.
Profit over people.
God forbid I get a couple of extra pieces of poke in my bowl, right? Because those 3 extra pieces of fish are going to really kill the bottom line.
But it looks beautiful. Look what the robot did, the maglev. What is that?
It goes back to
Dundon.
What was my theme of the series for the New York Knicks? It was hashtag eat the rich. Screw these celebrities that were pricing out the normal person and going to those games. And it's the same thing here. Screw these rich private equity folks that are screwing you over. And the way we do that is go and getting his really buff coach to come to Las Vegas and take $5 million. Now, that might seem somewhat redundant because we're making Rod the Bod then one of the rich that we must eat later down the road, but that does not matter because in this instance, he serve a purpose.
I'm trying to entertain, but I'm also trying to inform everyone. This is what's coming. Now, my prediction is that within 6 months, that the loyalty that Lotus Broadcasting has shown with all of us, when PE comes in and buys Lotus, we're all done. And they're going to play this rant and go, Do you want to know why you're gone, Cofield?
Just
because of this. I know I'm digging my own grave, but I have to fight the fight on the way out.
To the meeting.
They don't even say anything.
Just play
Like, hey, we got to sit down. It'll be Tom Dundon, by the way. Tom Dundon. They will buy the whatever the 85 stations we have and TV stations. And then you and I are out on our ear because I have to do the stupid rant repeatedly. Bill Foley, please just give me a little enjoyment. Go and screw with the Canes and offer the guy $5 million so they have to pay him.
That's the thing too.
It's part of the game.
Yeah, right. You don't even necessarily even have to land him, and that's what some of these responses to you. I don't understand either. They should be down with this plan because that means this guy that you love so much that bleeds Hurricane hockey, that is Raleigh through and through, then gets paid and gets what he deserves. So then he can stay and make the money that he should be making. Look at his record. Look at his win percentage.
Yeah.
Look at what he has done. And he finally breaks through and wins a cup. So he can pay for what I'm sure is really just lean proteins and vegetables and nothing else that has made him maintain his physique in his later years.
Could you see a scenario? By the way, Dundon, I don't think owns a poke place. I do know he does. He did buy one of the big Asian chains. Do you think that?
Wait,
Yes. Do you think
That's why
that?
it sucked for lunch
like
today.
Rod Brindamore has fallen victim where he's gone over and he's like, "Let me get some orange chicken," and they put like 3 pieces in, and he's like, "Come!" Because there's a robot making the bowl in the back.
I will say I've noticed a difference. I went for lunch today.
Everywhere.
Yep.
It's everywhere. We're losing out.
I used to get that grilled teriyaki chicken. You put hunks of that meat on my plate.
Nothing.
Now that lady was counting.
You can double or triple up. You got to pay.
ridiculous.
Chicken's like caviar now. You got to pay. It's the worst. All right, on the way back, a little A's review of last night's game, and we'll briefly get into what other moves, aside from going and stealing Rod Brindamore, that VGK needs to do with his personnel.
Don't miss the William Hill Radio Show, hosted by Paul Howard, live this Thursday from 6 to 7 p.m. at the William Hill Sportsbook inside the Palms Casino Resort. Paulie will break down all the betting action, including odds, matchups, and who bettors are backing the most. After the William Hill Radio Show, make the William Sportsbook your home for betting